Welcome to Week 8 college football picks. It's been a fun season because I have been making you money. I'm 21-14 on the year, 3-2 last week. Damn you, Indiana, for taking advantage of a really bad Ohio State defense. Anyway, let's get into this week's picks. We'll start with the big game, the literal big game. Stanford Cal going on early this season. Cal has looked better in October. Stanford got beat up in South Bend last week, but I still think what Stanford's able to do offensively, particularly through the air to those big tight ends against Cal's pass defense, which is not all that good. Even though Cal has improved defensively and Zach Maynard has looked better this month, I think Stanford defensively is just going to be too much for Cal. So give the points here. I like Stanford by a touchdown, really just across Northern California. Moving on. Baylor travels to Austin to take on a Texas team in full panic. David Ash is hurt but playing. Jackson Jeffcoat, their best pass rusher, is out. Jordan Hicks, their best linebacker, out. Malcolm Brown, their best running back, out. Mac Brown freaking out this week. Texas is giving 11 points in a shootout, which I expect this to be. I'm usually going to take the points, expect a big game from the Baylor running game. Shootout, take the points. Baylor keeps it close, don't know if they win. I'm giving Texas by a field goal, but Baylor covers. Moving on, Notre Dame, BYU. BYU, awful on the road offensively, awful at home offensively, but they travel to South Bend. Notre Dame has beaten down better opponents. I don't like the quarterback situation at BYU. Love what Notre Dame's able to do on defense. Even though BYU themselves plays good D, the offense is going to be abhorrent in South Bend, except Notre Dame, big into your life. It's going to be, the spread is 14. I like Notre Dame by 3 touchdowns here going away. Moving right along, it is the Matt Ufford special. Go SB Nation. Northwestern is a 5-point underdog at home against Nebraska. Nebraska does not do well on the road, particularly against strong running games. We saw it against UCLA. We saw it against Ohio State recently. I like Northwestern. Benrick Mark has come on in that backfield for the Wildcats. If Northwestern's going to win another big game at home, it's going to be this one. They go to Lincoln last year and win. They're going to start a winning streak against Nebraska. It sounds weird to say, but I do like Nebraska by a field goal here, close in Evanston. I think, yeah, let's go with Northwestern. It's still difficult, but I'm going with it. And finally, the headline game of the week. In the SEC, South Carolina travels to Gainesville to take on the Florida Gators. Florida, especially in the second half, defensively has been locked down. The defensive line may be the best in the country. We're not sure yet, but South Carolina will have their hands full. Couldn't really get anything going on the ground against LSU. Florida's defensive line may actually be better than LSU's. I'm not crazy about Jeff Driscoll through the air against a very good South Carolina pass defense, but at home, in the swamp with South Carolina struggling and playing in another difficult road environment, I like Florida to cover here. It's a field goal. I like Florida by a touchdown. I think it's going to be low scoring, but give me 17-10 Gators. All right, where did I go right? Where did I go wrong? Tell us what other locks you have of the week in the comments. I swear I'm going to make you a little bit of money this year, even if it kills me, for entertainment purposes only. We'll see you next week.